Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we currently just need to tick forward 2 days. We didn't take any damage at all in the last mission. So let's just tick forward. We're gonna get our financial report here, and that's absolutely fine. We've got lots of cash. We'll bump up to extravagant, and then we should just do our mech warrior promotions and head out. The question is, how high of difficulty are we interested in? Well, we'll take a look at that in a moment. Let's go through our mech warriors real quickly here. What do we got? Anything? Actually, yeah, a point of tactics for Jammer. Looks good.
What can I do for you?
Anything else? A point of gunnery for Plato, who's getting close to maxed on that. Beautiful. Anything else? Ah, Savarok. What do you drive? Epimetheus and Marauder? You are a substitute pilot, aren't you? I'm going to give him a point of tactician as kind of a generic build. So we'll do that for now. Looks good. And then Squire here, what do you have? I believe you're also... Yeah, you are also a substitute pilot. I'm going to give you also a generic build. Okay, we can also get a point of piloting, which seems absolutely great. Sure. And then Weasel Cakes, ooh, another level 9 gunnery. I like it. Okay, so we're ready to deploy as is. We have the same pilots out, so we're just going to continue as we were. It's not perfectly ideal, but it'll definitely do. So what are we interested in doing here? There's this here. This is an escort mission. Word of Blake. I mean, this is going to be the real one, almost certainly. So Word of Blake is the one that's targeting this. The problem with an escort mission of this difficulty is that it's reasonably likely that they have a heavy bomber and they can just come in and one-shot our escort targets. That's RNG, of course, whether that's the case. I kind of want to try this and see what happens. So we could definitely run this like right down the middle. Word of Blake is going to be very upset about this. Maybe we shouldn't. I don't know. The Steiners will get us promoted up again. Maybe we can just say Word of Blake is our enemy. That's reasonably fine, I suppose. Okay, so we're going to run this as is. The danger here, as I said, is that they just immediately destroy our escort targets with heavy bombers. We'll see what happens with that. Darius thinks it'll be hard, so that's a good sign. I'll see you guys after the loading screen. Okay, so here we are all loaded up, and let's see what we've got here. This could be a spicy one. So, is this our escort point, or is... That's our rally point? Sure. Okay, what do we have going on here? We do have allies. Noted. There's a Blakist blocking force here. This is the capture zone. And we basically have to spawn here. Okay. Noted. There's no point spawning anywhere else. Where are we going to be sending this to? Here? Okay. Well, we'll see what they've got. We definitely want to take out the blocking force before we capture the capture zone. So let's land down over here. We're landing right around a Steiner unit. Okay, that's exciting. Cool. So what do we see? Well, we immediately see a Shiv, we see a Griffin, a Ripper, that is an Ifrit, and a second Ifrit, and a Drillson. Okay. Noted. So we've got spawn protection for now. We'll see what these two decide to do. They are definitely the danger. There's no doubt about that. But there's a lot of Word of Blake units over here. This is 7, isn't it? Oh, wow. There's a blocking force and 2 support lances? Okay. So, we are pretty heavily outnumbered here. There are 18 enemy units on the field right now. Support lance 1 is here. Support lance 2 is out over here. And this is the blocking force. The thing that gives me pause is the 2 Ifrits.
Standing by.
Okay. We're going to take cover over here.
Copy that.
I don't like this position for the crossbow, but we're going to take cover over here, and we're just going to try to weather the onslaught at this point. There's going to be a lot of units on the way in, and we need to dispatch them very quickly. So that Ifrit position there. Of course, we have spawn protection for right now. I want to take the grasshopper somewhere where it is in cover. Here is okay.
Roger that.
We'll position it there for now. Okay.
Waiting for
So the
orders.
Bandersnatch also should be up in cover, which would be somewhere up over this way or back over here. We cannot make it to cover with the Bandersnatch. Okay. In that case, we'll just back off.
Moving fast.
Next up is our rifleman. We want to step into cover here,
On it.
and we'll brace. Okay. There's a lot of Word of Blake forces here. Like, a whole lot. The question is, will there be a new force that spawns when we capture the rally point? And will there be another one that spawns when we get to the evac point?
Commander.
There could be as many as 5 Word of Blake units here. So we see a Cyclone down over here. I'm going to take our Marauder down this way to help work on that. And we'll just brace here. I'm very concerned about those heavy bombers right now. That is the primary concern at this moment. Okay, next up is going to be our LRM carrier. That definitely needs to back off. The LRM carrier is weak. No doubt about it. So it's a Falcon HVT up over there, sure. Next up is our Nidhogg. I want our Nidhogg to get fairly aggressive here. I want to move out this way with 7 evasive. Okay. There's an awful lot of enemies, but they're not that big or threatening outside of the heavy bombers. So there's Apollo positions out over here. That seems fine. Next up is our Crossbow X. This is our MRM boat. I want our MRM boat up over here for now.
No problem.
So we'll position there in cover. That seems okay. That Ifrit closes in. I want to check how much evasive these have. 10 and 10. It's a lot of evasive.
Orders?
Okay. I'm going to put the Black Knight back over here,
Acknowledged.
and we'll brace it. With the idea being it's going to... I mean, we're in quite a position here. No doubt about it. We need to...
Wait your command.
Very, very much. We need to just kind of buckle down and defend our position. I wish we were in a higher position rather than a lower position, but this was our only real option to drop it.
Standing by.
So there is that. The Epimetheus is going to want to make its way up over here. Yeah, we're a little clustered together, but it's probably okay. And then I'm going to take the Devastator out over this direction for the 7 evasive.
Roger.
Okay. Now is when the danger zone happens. We'll see what is going to happen here. Spawn protection is now gone. The Infiltrator is moving over and doing nothing at all. It attempted to swarm attack this Cyclone here, but it failed. Okay. Next up, we're going to see this Thumper move. So it's got a Thumper artillery, obviously. And the question is, what is it going to want to do here? It's charging this Cyclone. I actually really like that. No, that's really good. That's a great choice. Yeah, that's phenomenal. The Thumper barely took any damage from that, too. So that's absolutely wonderful. So now I think we're in the danger zone, right? These heavy bombers moving are going to be the problem. They don't move until phase 17 and phase 20. Okay. So phase 22 is going to be this Shiv. It doesn't have any of this missile weapon, so that's definitely noted. It positions down here, and presumably it's going to attack... Okay, rear arc attacking that Thumper. I like it. That's solid for us. So far, so good on that front. Okay, we've got another allied unit, and then this Ifrit moves. The question is, what's it going to do? Okay, triggering the AMS on the enemy Ifrit there is, I think, a good thing. No problem there, necessarily. Our ally not moving, but it's okay. The next question is, how painful is it when these heavy bombers move in? Because they can do a lot of damage. Like, a whole lot of damage. If they choose to not move like they have in the past, then great. This is going to be the Ripper. Okay. That backed off a little bit. Only 3 evasive as well. That might be a good target for us to take down quickly. We definitely need to start eliminating units very, very swiftly here. Very swiftly indeed. Is this now going to be the Ifrit? Yes. Okay. Where's it going? It positions. Okay, it's going for a... Ow. That's just rude.
Dang it, that hurt. I'm losing weapons, Commander.
That is just really rude.
Can't take much more.
It one-shots a 75-tonner.
Hard hit
I
there.
mean, it didn't totally destroy it, but... Oh,
Can't take much more.
that was rough. No doubt about it. Well, the Bandersnatch is going to need significant repairs after that. It was out of cover, but it had nowhere to go for cover. It wasn't able to get into cover. So, yep. That is the major danger they're gone. They're continuing to hit the Bandersnatch. That might be a knockdown. Probably is. Yep. Okay. I kind of hope Kliss just ejects here, to be honest.
Battle mech
Oh.
down.
Pilot incapacitation. There was only one hit there. Okay. Kliss is not actually dead. Sure. Well, the Bandersnatch we never actually had a chance to utilize there. It just got straight up one-shot. I would consider that a one-shot. So, yeah, that's the problem with the heavy bombers. Is that, in my opinion, heavy bombers are just a little bit too powerful on that one-shot attack. Okay, rear arc attack on the crossbow. I knew that was likely coming. That's not a big deal.
Losing armor.
Okay.
Reporting major armor loss.
And also at this difficulty, it's extraordinarily common to run into heavy bombers. Okay, they're firing on the Epimetheus. That's fine. Now the question is, just how much does this heavy bomber have for evasive? I mean, now that it fired all that, it's mostly not very effective. Has 13. Okay.
Ready.
That is noted. So I'm going to turn around the crossbow. The crossbow's only facing that way because that was the only way it could face and get to cover. So I would like to fire on... We have a couple of options here. We do have the unit out over here, don't we, still? Is that still here? I think so. We've got the rear arc on this Shiv, and that's halfway decent in terms of hit odds. We could also fire on this Apollo. I think for the moment... Our best bet is going to be to start shooting down some of these helicopters. Unfortunately, losing our Bandersnatch that quickly, it actually didn't take that much damage. We should be able to replace everything that it lost. Okay, so the Shiv took some damage there. We need to start clearing out enemy units. No doubt about that. The question is, what's that Ifrit going to do? And it's going to move in this phase. Okay, so the Freedom moves back and doesn't do anything at all. Helpful. Next up is going to be what? I mean, this Ifrit could do a lot of damage to us. In a similar way that this one did. But once it fires all that, it's mostly, not entirely, but mostly useless. That's the bulk of its threat, by far. Okay, so it is moving... here, wherever here is. And it didn't fire. 7 evasive. Okay.
Yes, come
So
on.
our rifleman is probably going to break cover here. And fire on that Ifrit, I think. Hit odds are about 35% on that. Okay. Yes. I'm going to position our rifleman here. And we're going to fire on this Ifrit. Light him up. Okay, we hit one of those. That's fine. That's about all we needed to hit there. So that sounds good. Where did we hit it? In this side arc? Okay. That is on its right side, which is not a helpful side to hit, which is unfortunate. Well, this archer is going to move up. It fires on that Shiv. That should be the Shiv shot. Yeah, absolutely. So, 1 unit down, 1 million to go. That is all. 1 million to go. Our Bandersnatch going down that quickly was rough, no doubt about it. But there's not much we can do about that. That's just the danger of these heavy bombers, and they exist, like, everywhere. So what we would really want to do about that is mount a bunch of good AMS, right? So the Falcon HVT moves up and fires on that Thumper. I'm okay with that. No problem whatsoever there. Next up is our Crossbow X. Now, this is our MRM boat, and we can absolutely position that about here. We can use that to fire on this Ifrit. Hit odds are very low on that. We've probably been ECM'd here. Yeah, judging by these hit odds, we've definitely been ECM'd. We could fire on this Griffin, and I do want to fire in improved ammo. We may want to fire on this Ifrit primarily to trigger its AMS, though. It'll soften it a bit, but triggering the AMS would be the key here, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so AMS triggered. It managed to shoot down 20 of those. Sounds good. Now, phase 17. That is going to be this Griffin. Now, Griffins aren't the scariest mech in the world. No doubt about that. There's a lot of enemies out here, though. So we'll see what it decides to do. Okay,
Commander.
it just ran off up over there. What do we want to do with our Archer? Well, they've got an Apollo here. I'm thinking I'm actually going to move... It's a Nidhogg. I'm going to move our Nidhogg up over here. And I'm wondering... Maybe we just fire the Snubnose and the heavy RL-10s at this Ifrit and just try to shoot it down a bit.
Target lock on him.
Okay. Good AMS trigger. I like it.
I am out of short-range missiles.
Oh yeah, that's to be expected. So 20 from 20 hit by AMS. That is good. We are chipping through that AMS. What is next? Well, next is going to be this drill sim, running Streak SRM2s and a large pulse laser. That's not the biggest of concerns. We mostly haven't gotten to move yet. We will soon enough. Okay, it shoots at our Nidhogg. It actually hit all 3 of those pulse lasers, remarkably. But it did miss all of its SRMs, or I believe they got AMS'd. Yeah, 4 from 4 hit by AMS. Okay, so that sounds decent.
Waiting for orders.
Our Grasshopper now could move up over here. And I kind of like this position. We can have a few choices. We can fire on this Ripper, we can fire on this Falcon, we can fire on this Ifrit out here. But this one really needs to go away. He is definitely ECMing us and causing us to have some issues. But it's actually easier to hit this one. We'll take this pot shot. I don't know how well this is going to go. Incredibly poorly is the answer. We hit nothing there. I'm not shocked at all. But it is sad. We triggered his AMS again, and next is our Black Knight. I want the Black Knight to move in out over this way. And that did take a fair amount of damage from that heavy bomber. I want to target the guy here. Yes, the downed Cyclone. Light him up. Okay, we did some damage to it.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Not as much as I would have liked to do there. That was mostly armor damage.
Awaiting orders.
Next up is this Marauder. And the Marauder, I would like to melee attack here. We can't do that because their infiltrator is standing right on top of it. I guess we'll position here. And we will attempt to fire on it like this. Maybe not firing the UAC. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. There we go. Fantastic. So the Blakos support lance is actually only 2 units, it looks like. No, it's 4 units. Okay, noted. So that's reasonably fine. Our jerry-rig demolisher, I want to potentially move out over here and fire on this Ripper. Hit odds aren't the best, but we'll give it a go. If we can take down that Ripper, it would be amazing.
Your armor it is.
We did 2 damage. Okay. Hit odds are really rough for us right now because of all of the ECM jamming going on over here. So our Epimetheus could absolutely move up onto the hill here. It'll be a little bit exposed.
Heading out.
But I'm going to do that. And I'd like to fire on this Ifrit with our SRM and MRM. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to look to light this guy up a little bit and see how much we actually do here.
Taking the shot.
We got some damage into it there. We'll take it. So that seems okay. The Bandersnatch going down immediately like that is rough, though. No doubt about it. So I do want to move our Devastator somewhere up over here. I would love to fire on this Ifrit. Odds may be better on this one. 21.2 versus 14.2. No, I'm going to take this. We can fire more weapons at it. We did manage to hit one of those autocannons, so that is excellent. We did fully trigger the AMS again there. It's only a matter of time until he can't AMS anymore. And that hit in the front arc. Okay, that's pretty handy, actually. We can position the LRM carrier about here to be an ideal range of this Ifrit. And we can definitely run SAM missiles. And let's fire on this guy. We might have better luck out on the other one. 20.8 versus 34.5. Yeah, we'll have to fire on this one. Okay, light him up.
I copy.
A fair amount of hits there, pretty much all of those in the armor. And now it's next round. Okay. So they rolled an 18 and a 19 for these. That's not ideal, but we'll see what we get done here. Absolutely no hits on that Ifrit from our ally. Unfortunate. But if we can take those down, that will be absolutely huge for us. Let's see what our allies' units have to say about this. So this Thumper is going to be firing next. It can absolutely fire on either of these in flak mode. And I think it should. It probably won't, though. What do you got, Thumper? They haven't even managed to fire their artillery once yet, so... Okay, it's just not doing anything at all. Sure. I guess that's fine. So phase 20 is going to be this hammer out over here. That's not going to be a very big deal. Okay. Where are you going to go? Sure. Firing on our Epimetheus. That's a little brave for a hammer to be taking on an Epimetheus, but sure, we'll take it. The Epimetheus is likely going to take a fair amount of damage up over here, for the record. It's going to be attracting a lot of fire from out over this way. And that was understood when we put that there. Now, this Ifrit is going to get to move. We unfortunately weren't able to shoot it down. It had one hit point here. But now it gets to fire, and if it goes after our Epimetheus, it could do a lot of damage here. It is moving. It did not fire. Okay. Phase 19. That is going to be this Apollo up here. And we'll be focusing on that fairly soon here. It backs off, I think, and goes for our Rifleman. Okay, our Rifleman did break cover, so fair enough on that. Those MMLs doing a fair amount of damage there. Okay, so next up is our LRM crossbow. I want to position that somewhere like here.
Roger that.
And I'd like to continue to fire on this guy. If we could get a shoot down on him, that would be amazing. We would be very, very happy about that. This is going to be firing on his left side. So yeah, this is likely a shoot down, actually. And there we go. Fantastic. We did get some AMS triggered from multiple units there. I believe both of those Ifrits were AMSing. Now, this guy is going to get to move very soon. He already used the majority of his damage. All he can fire now is a snub-nosed PPC and a couple of mag shots. Cool. Repairing the Bandersnatch is going to take some work, but it shouldn't be too bad. Doing a little bit of front arc damage to that Falcon HVT. It's not terrible, I suppose, but it's not great. But most of the danger here is now gone, at least from this lance. There might be more. We need to keep that in mind. So this Ifrit will move now, and its primary danger to us at this point is its ECM. Actually, the Ripper is moving. That might still have some missiles on it. It does. Only 3 evasive, so that'll be a pretty good target for us. I think we're going to save most of the ammo on our Nidhogg. I feel like the threat is primarily over, but it's just unfortunate about the Bandersnatch, but we should be able to repair that. The pilot isn't dead, and the At least in theory, the pilot isn't dead. And the mech itself should be repairable. So this Ifrit backs off and doesn't fire. That's really good for us, actually. So I want to take our riflemen out into this cover.
Heading out.
And I want to fire on this Ripper. These hit odds are not phenomenal. Okay, that's a lot of malices there. But we'll take a shot and see what we get.
On it.
And we shot him down. Fantastic. So, there's another one gone.
Enemy down.
It's very soon going to be primarily our turn. And really, the Epimetheus didn't take all that much damage either, did it? Well, it still could. There's still time. So this archer is going to back off and do absolutely nothing helpful. And next up is going to be this Drillson firing. So we'll see what it wants to do here. I do want to continue to chase down that Ifrit, and rear arc is okay. The crossbow X is probably going to move up to here and engage it. How much evasive did it have? Okay, they're firing on the Epimetheus. They hit basically everything there. But they didn't move.
Losing lots of armor.
So that's intriguing. Okay, so this thing has 9 evasive. That's noted. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we'll continue this mission. This might be another long one. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kintogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.